Welcome to Break Heart Orchard. Welcome to Break Heart Orchard. Tonight, I'm making a video I hoped I'd never have to make. Came into the orchard a couple days ago to check on things just before the weekend. Come a couple times a week to make sure everything's all right. Came in here and I saw some trees that looked like they had frost damage, which was odd because we haven't had frost in about 2 weeks. We are into spring now. Took some pictures, showed them to my wife. She disagreed. She thought it was fire blight. We sent it to the state expert at Virginia Tech, and they confirmed it is in fact fire blight. And it has affected about 1/3 of our orchard. There's not much you can do, but you can fight for the trees. And what we're doing is my wife is pruning aggressively right now. We're gonna burn the things that get pruned off. This tree looks pretty good, doesn't look like it was affected. You can see here where she's cut this one down significantly. This one has been cut down quite a bit. And there are a few of these trees that are going to be cut down so much they may not survive. I'll give you an idea of what happens and what it looks like when you get fire blight. I believe that it is a bacterial infection that happens during pollination and is spread by the bees and the butterflies and the other things that fly around and go from tree to tree. That is fire blight. It basically looks like the tree was kind of burned. It is unfortunate because this is 4 years of effort and investment that we have here. My wife's bringing something up. What's that?
What is that right there?
That beetle?
Yeah.
That's not a borer beetle.
Oh, that's good.
No.
Well, we need to find out what that is.
I don't believe it is. Of course, it was their larvae that go in, so. Last year we had an infection of boring beetles, so we found a beetle. My wife found a beetle, so she was concerned about that, but I don't think that's what that is. But that is fire blight, and that is what we have to deal with, and we're going to cut that away. Now on this particular tree, we're probably going to cut down all the way to about here, and that might not be enough. It might die. It's possible that it will live because we're going to cut above the union, so it may grow back. And next year we may be digging it up and putting another tree in. All we can do is fight for them and see what happens. She's working this side of the orchard. It's almost dark. I've got the sprayer all set up. I'm gonna go over to the other side with a bacterial spray, and I'm gonna start spraying and see if we can save these things. This is 4 years of investment, and this was supposed to be the trees that were going to give us our first harvest this year to get us started with the cidery. This is farming. This is gambling. Today this sucks, but we're going to fight for it and we're going to see what happens. Well, back in the orchard. Rained yesterday, we didn't come out. We're back out here cutting, pruning hard, aggressively, doing everything we can to save what trees we can save. We thought we had about 1/3 of the orchard infected. I'm gonna say it's more than half infected. We got hit hard with fire blight this year. Give you an idea of what we're up against. This, just a month ago, was a gorgeous young apple tree. 4 years in the ground. I am about to prune this thing back, and I'm gonna leave the camera on so you can see just how bad it's going to be. Keep in mind, I've already cut 2 of them down to just above the white. I don't even know if they'll live, but I'm going to give them every chance that I can. Why am I recording this? Well, somebody else is going to be interested and want to know what they have to do if they get fired. You have to find everywhere it looks burned. You got to go up that branch at least 8 inches and prune. And then you got to spray with alcohol. Alright, now I'm going to use my hand shears for as much as I can, and then when I get to the bottom, I'm going to have to use the big ones. But this beautiful tree is about to get a lot less beautiful. And it's basically just a game. We're going to find out next year if this thing survives, so we won't know till then. We'll come through next year and we'll see if it looks like it's got fire blight. If the shock of me doing this doesn't kill it. That's another interesting thing in all of this. What I'm spraying with is 90% alcohol, which, as most of you know, in the middle of the pandemic and quarantine is almost impossible to find. The only reason I got it is we bought it last year. Because you use it when you prune, you got to spray down your shears between every tree to make sure you don't carry a disease from one to the next. So we already had it. Beautiful apple right there. Gone. Bunch of apples gone. Well, that's almost there. Am I cutting off enough? That's not something we'll know till next year. The whole point of this, I can see something right there. I need to take it down a little bit more. The whole point of this is to try and save the tree. Spray every cut. I'm sure if the tree could scream, you'd hear it. Yeah. There we go. That's what you got left. Heartbroken. That's what I am right now. Heartbroken. But if we're lucky, we saved the tree. Now this one right here, I gotta do the same thing, only this one's only 2 cuts. At least half of the 500 trees that we have planted in this 5 acres are infected. Just keep on. We will keep on. And someday we will get a good yield and we will have good healthy trees, and we will take those apples and we will make delicious cider. But that's not going to happen this year. This year we fight. Well, welcome back to Breakheart Orchard. Boy, appropriately named, huh? Well, this is what we've got left of some of the trees. But we have finished pruning all of the trees, and a lot of them on that side of the orchard, which are a different variety than these, were not infected, don't appear to be infected. That's a really good thing. I'd say about half of the orchard was affected, had some infection in it that we had to cut out of the tree. But we have sprayed the necessary antibiotic, and I am getting ready to come through here and spray again because we found a bunch of beetles and some other pests, and so we've got to go ahead and take care of that. In fact, I see right here where I need to prune one of these trees just a little bit more. So I'm going to. You can see the infection right here. That is the infection. Cut it off 8 inches from there, and then you spray it with alcohol. And if you're lucky between that and the stuff that we sprayed the other day, you get a handle on the infection. So I'm about to jump into the tractor. I got the sprayer hooked up, and I got to spray for bugs. That's just how it goes. It's a pretty mountain though, isn't it? Last night I was heartbroken when I was on camera. It was hard not to let it show through. I've spent the last 24 hours being just plain mad about it. There's nothing I can do. I can't control the weather. I can't control the pests. I can plan for and react to. That's all I can do. So what I'm getting ready to do right now is jump in here and take care of some of these pests that we got and keep pushing forward. We're not going to get a good harvest out of this year like we were planning, but we're going to save, I think, most of the trees, which will put us in a good position for next year. That's just how it is. It hurts. We'll figure it out. Come on back and check us out again. It's not all doom and gloom out here at Breakheart Orchard. We'll be here.